WTH.
What the hell?
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 This is the WTH podcast.
Hold on to your butt.
Jason Casey, Kareem Daniels, and Nate Darling. From the Darling New Media Studios, this is the WTH Podcast.
Howdy, howdy, hi, howdy, ho. Welcome into another episode of the WTH Podcast. We're a person light.
Yes, we are.
We're one Jason Casey light.
We are missing an elf.
By the way, Jason Casey Light, the worst beer in the world. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up on the show today. We are going to talk Colin Kaepernick and his workout.
There was a lot of shit that happened last week.
We're going to talk about Kanye and Joel Osteen.
Oh, my God.
And a little impeachment hearings.
Woohoo.
Oh, yeah. Lots to get to. We are not streaming live anywhere, so this is, if you're watching this on video, you are watching it on YouTube.
I am such a nerd. I watched most of both of those.
Oh, yeah. The impeachment hearings, if you had the time to watch them, good viewing.
Yes. And then when I wasn't home, because I get to work from home part-time.
Okay.
So when I wasn't home, you could, on Twitter, you could get the feed and you could listen to them in the car.
Right.
So, yeah.
What a mess.
Man.
What a mess. All right, well, before we go any further, Kareem, how was your week?
I'm trying to think. My week was good and a little weird, a little crazy, but work was good. Work has been good. I finally got the piece, one of the two pieces I need to the puzzle for the next venture. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited about that. That came in this afternoon for the second time. FYI, if you ever ordered something and you want to use your PayPal credit account to pay for it, make sure that you click on that.
Oh, yeah.
And that it goes through that way before you actually pay for it.
Or you're going to return it.
Because once you get past that point, they can't do anything for you unless you return it.
Yeah, PayPal is great and terrible all at once.
Yes.
I like PayPal for a lot of reasons, one of which is you can have your debit card on there and you can actually shop online using it.
Yes.
And not worry about someone just draining your bank account.
Yes.
But the bad side is, what you're talking about, just that little extra pain in the ass stuff that goes along with it.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta. Yeah, I got caught between the two. For a larger ticket item.
Yeah,
I was like, I don't want to pay for that like that.
Right. That's always a kick in the nards. Busy week around here. We started the Karzar podcast.
Congratulations.
Has begun recording. Follow the Karzar on Facebook. There's going to be some stuff from the Karzar podcast on there. It's on karzarpod.com, but there's some, and this has to do with his web people at this moment in time. It's not on iTunes yet or Apple Podcasts. So all that's going to get sorted. The Karzar podcast, it's kind of cool because it's not kind of cool. It's cool, and here's why. You get the car knowledge. You get a little extra personality that goes with it, and it goes above and beyond just your regular automotive show. So it's got a little bit of that extra verve to it.
Yeah, and those of you who are from Sacramento that are listening, is Doug the Karzar. I'm pretty sure most of you remember him if you've watched Good Day in the last 20 years. Yeah,
Good Day KHTK. He's done network TV stuff too. He has an Emmy. It's on the website. But very excited. He does the show with his wife Kim, and I'm in here engineering the show with them, and it's just a super high energy 22-minute show. So definitely check that out and follow them on Facebook. It's the Karzar. So that was the big thing. We went to Reading just for a quick overnighter. Yeah. Went up to a little family event, which was nice. Everybody got to see the little one, which was, of course, a big excitement. And I don't have any experience with babies other than the one I'm dealing with. But I'm guessing that a lot of 8-month-olds get very excited when there's a lot of activities around.
Yes.
And she is no exception. So she was super stoked to be part of everything. And it's like, there's stuff going on. Ha ha ha. She can't talk, but still, you know what I mean? So that was a good time. And then, back down. The up and back is a tough one, though.
Oh, yeah, because they don't want to be city. If you're not making that during the time where she's going to be sleeping, that can be a long.
Not with her. She was fine.
Yeah.
She was fine. Once she's in the car like that, she's sleeping. I just mean the getting up on a Saturday morning and going up, and then you're there, and then you come back. It's just, and you're not in your own bed.
Yeah.
So for all the benefits, there's that bit of
yes.
So a little bit of frazzled is what I am. Just because you don't have your stuff around you and you're trying to get stuff ready. I'm trying to get stuff ready all the time here. And it's just that, even though I was working when I was there, there were things that I couldn't do and that I wasn't necessarily keeping up on the way I wanted to.
Yeah. Understood. So because you don't have access to it there, being here, exactly where everything is.
That and the internet is really slow.
Oh.
It's much slower internet, so there are a lot of challenges. In fact, for a lot of the stuff I was doing, I was tethering off my phone.
That's bad internet.
Which it's funny because I have service enough to tether off my phone. My wife, who has AT&T, does not have service, so it's that bit of a challenge. All right, so Colin Kaepernick, there was a huge thing. He was going to have a workout for all the NFL teams. It was going to be at the Atlanta Falcons facility. And then at the last minute, he moved it 60 miles away.
Mind you, Colin Kaepernick wasn't the person who came up with the idea for the workout at the last minute.
There's a lot of conflicting stuff going around. The NFL set something up. Nike had some demands. So you've got the NFL and Nike going back and forth, and that's all he said, she said nonsense. The interesting part is Kaepernick's friend and former 49er Eric Reed weighing in on Twitter. Andrew Brandt, who is what does Andrew Brandt do? He's got a check mark. He tweeted, "Oh, he's the executive director, Morad Center at Villanova." Okay.
I think he's an NFL Network contributor too.
Yeah, he tweeted, "Every NFL team has had 3 years to have a private workout with Kaepernick, and we're to believe that now they'll have interest because the NFL hastily sets up a workout for all. Please, this never made any sense." Eric Reed replied or retweeted that saying, "Exactly, it was all an elaborate facade to get Colin to sign a waiver that forfeited his rights, but isn't it interesting that when the league said it was okay, supposedly 25 teams showed up in Atlanta? Reeks of collusion."
That's all. It was the weirdest thing because he was like, okay, you made the announcement the week of 25 teams show up. Anybody could have brought him in for a workout. All of those 25, anybody from those 32 teams could have brought him in for a workout,
right,
and signed him if you were really interested in signing him. But the fact that you had all 25 teams show up, it does sound a bit fishy.
It's all very confusing. And
I saw somewhere that Jay-Z might have had something to do with the fact that they brought him in when they did.
Oh, Jay-Z.
Yes.
Oh, that guy.
So he's trying to get in with the NFL.
I hear from people that Jay-Z used to deal drugs.
Yeah.
I mean, I heard it from him first, but
so he's using those drug dealing skills to try to get in with the NFL.
Yeah. So meanwhile, Eric Reed takes one viewpoint. Stephen A. Smith, and this will surprise absolutely no one, Stephen A. Smith had some things to say.
So let me get this straight. Colin Kaepernick has been working out all of this time. Him, people in his camp, his close ones, loved ones, everybody talking about he wants to play football. He wants to play football. He's ready to play. Just give him the chance. So what does the NFL do? Recognizing that teams need a shield, because they need something to hide behind, because they know that, guess what? If we bring this brother in for a workout and we don't like him or we don't want him, who knows what we're going to get accused of? We need cover. So the NFL provides that. I have no doubt Jay-Z's involved. I have no doubt Roger Goodell is involved. I have no doubt there's a host of people involved, but forget all of that.
So here's a question. Is Stephen A. Smith doing this with a baby sleeping in the next room because he's trying to yell but do it really quietly?
That's a good question.
I love the delivery. Normally he's yelling all over the place, but not this time.
This man.
Oh, no. Now it's going to buffer on me. Thanks.
One of the champs. 25 teams show up in Georgia at the Atlanta Falcons practice facility, state-of-the-art facility, NFL personnel, equipment, everything, video, everything.
Everything.
And what does Colin Kaepernick do?
What does he do?
Not Tuesday when he found out about it, not Wednesday, not Thursday, not Friday, Saturday. 3 hours before the workout. Because of some issue with a liability waiver. Colin Kaepernick wants to change the venue. Colin Kaepernick wants his own receivers. Colin Kaepernick wants to video things himself.
Well, no, Nike wanted to video the things. It's not like Colin was going to set up video cameras.
Yeah.
Anyway, Stephen A. Smith was getting around to saying Colin Kaepernick doesn't really want to play.
Mind you, Stephen A. Smith did this probably 45 minutes to an hour after the workout was done. So he hadn't had a chance to talk to anybody to find out any of the stuff that happened before he went on this rant. So that's my biggest issue with what he did, is that you didn't have time to find out from anybody what it was. And I know that Stephen A. Smith is not signing anything legal without his lawyer looking over it.
Right.
So for you to sit there and say that this man should sign a waiver, oh, he didn't sign, like, you don't know what the fuck the waiver said. And from what I've read of what this waiver said, he was right in not signing it, because the waiver would have prevented him from taking any legal action against the NFL in the future for them colluding and him not being hired. So I'm not signing over those rights to tap dance for 25 people.
Right.
And he acts like the 25 people that showed up, there was no GMs. There were no GMs there. There were no presidents of footballs. There were no football coaches. So you know who 25 people were? There were 25 scouts from those areas.
Sure.
So they didn't look, there were 25 scouts who were, the only thing they might have missed might have been a college football game that day.
Right.
That's the only thing that they might have missed. That's 25 scouts from those areas. That's who was at the facility. So all they did was rearrange their scouting schedule for that weekend to go see Kaepernick. They were already somewhere in Georgia, Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi area. That's where they were. So they didn't make a big.
Well, Atlanta's also a hub, so it's not hard to get to Atlanta.
Right. So they weren't as inconvenienced as he's trying to make it out.
Yeah, it's not like they had a workout somewhere in the middle of Montana.
Yeah. Like nobody from the San Diego Chargers came from San Diego to see him.
Right.
They had a scout that was in the area that they sent to the workout.
So meanwhile, Eric Reed replied to Stephen A. Smith, tap dancing for the NFL like a, I don't know what that down arrow.
Oh, like Daffy Duck.
Oh, yeah, like Daffy Duck. Damn straight Colin wants to control the narrative. He's supposed to trust the organization that blackballed him and has done absolutely nothing in good faith. Born on Tuesday, just not last Tuesday. So now we've got another feud. It's Stephen A. Smith versus Eric Reed. Who you got?
Oh, and it's not even Stephen A. Smith versus Eric Reed. It's Stephen A. Smith versus Black Twitter.
Oh.
Because there were a whole bunch of people that came after him for what he had to say.
Yeah, you know what? He should know better than to go after Black Twitter. I'm just saying.
And then they on the show this morning, they brought Michael Eric Dyson in for cover for him, because so many people, and not just not just like Black Twitter, but like Black celebrities.
Sure,
people came after him for it, and rightly so. Like I said, he's not signing. He's not signing anything legal that his lawyer's not looking at. And for him to say that about him, And the other thing that he brought up this morning was about how, it's a job interview. And, this is not a regular job.
No.
It's not. The NFL is more like a service job, like a salon spa hairstylist gig, where you're actually as much a partner in the business as you are employee.
Yeah.
And this is the part that he misses out and doesn't really understand, because you may be an employee of the salon or spa, but people are coming to see you.
Right. Yeah,
if you're not there providing good service or doing your job well, they're not coming, and they're not just going to come to that place to see just anybody. They're coming specifically 9 times out of 10 to see that person who provides that service for them. So in that case, you have a salary structure where it's like a 40-60 split, which is pretty much what the NFL is.
Yeah, but here the bottom line is this: for all of the bluster, is Colin Kaepernick good enough to be an NFL quarterback? Yeah. Is Colin Kaepernick going to be a starting quarterback for any of the 32 NFL teams based upon the talent level that he has right now? Probably not in terms of a long-term solution. As a backup, sure, absolutely.
Yeah, and he could have played this year with as like 10 teams that are using backup quarterbacks.
Yeah, your Steelers, for instance.
We definitely could have used his ass Thursday,
and they did not bring him in. Yes, rough week for the Steelers. So Kanye West, he's got his own church, but that's not good enough. Oh no, he went to Joel Osteen's church on Sunday.
The devil stole all the good musicians, all the good artists, all the good designers, all the good business people, and said, you got to come over and work for me. And now the trend, the shift is going to change. Jesus has won the victory. Now, the greatest artist that God has ever created is now working for him. I would like for everybody to be completely silent so I can let God flow through me as I speak to you guys today. Protecting your kids from the indoctrination of the media, the thousands and thousands of images that are fed to children by the age of 6 or 7. And within those images, there are images mixed in that we don't know about as parents that are purposely mixed in to lower the kids' superpower and esteem so that they can be more susceptible to consumption and feel that they need to consume.
Wait. How you show up at church with a grill and you supposed to be... Jesus would snatch those gold teeth out of his mouth.
Well, it's Joel Osteen's church, so it's not like regular church.
And he would take all the money out of Joel's.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. There's more of this, but I think that's plenty. The thing that I find really interesting about his super piousness, as we are now, is the level to which the family that he's married into is pushing product.
Oh, he's going to be divorced in 6 months.
Yeah, I mean, is his mother-in-law gonna take care of the situation?
Bro, he's going to be divorced in 6 months because she's not going to put up with this shit. She's treating it like it's a fad. Like,
right.
Oh, Kanye's into Jesus now. He'll be, it'll be one of those things that'll pass, and
Sure. He's been wearing a MAGA hat for quite a while now.
Yeah, so she's treating it like that. No, he's gonna go down this road. I've seen people go down this road.
Yeah.
And for people when they first convert, that's who they are. You're looking at that.
It's like when someone quits smoking.
Yeah.
Or starts doing CrossFit.
Yes, they are gung ho about it. So she's giving him 6 months. So she's giving him probably like 3 or 4 months with this shit, and then she's going to get tired of it.
Springtime.
She's going to be like, look, either you pick Jesus or me.
Yep. You're going to go the French Montana route, the Lamar Odom route.
Yes.
The Ray J route.
6 months.
Gone.
Mark your calendars.
All right. So now I'm curious because I haven't listened to this whole thing. I'm going to go one more statement on Kanye.
And become a part of the robotic numeric system that controls so much of the media. Because if there's an advertisement for a strip club, that is advertising sex trafficking, because at the end of the night, when they close up, the manager says, how much traffic do we have?
That's not what sex trafficking is, Kanye.
No. And Joel Osteen has that look that people who hear Trump talk. So I was watching The Circus last night on Hulu.
Right.
And so they had a picture of Trump doing a press conference. And you could see him talking, and you can see all the other people around him.
Like with the eyes going, like what's going on?
What the fuck does he just
What's
say?
happening? Yeah.
Joel has that look right now.
Yep, looking down and to the right, down and to the right. So, hey, you let Kanye have a microphone, you get what you get. All right, so Kareem, you've been watching the impeachment hearings and stuff. Nancy Pelosi went on CBS to have a little bit of an interview to talk about Donald Trump's tweet during the former ambassador's testimony. Now, he claimed he's not watching it, yet he was tweeting about her while she was testifying.
Oh, no. Let this play first.
Okay.
This was the best thing I heard this weekend.
Well, get ready. There may be more.
President Trump was watching today's testimony. That was made clear because he tweeted about Ambassador Marie Yovanovitch. Everywhere she turned went bad. And then he listed a number of posts she'd been at. Said, fast forward to Ukraine, where the new Ukrainian president spoke unfavorably about her. It is the president's right to appoint ambassadors. Why do you think he was tweeting about her?
Because he knows, well, he made a mistake, and he knows her strength, and he was trying to undermine it. Of course, presidents appoint ambassadors, but people don't insult people, especially when they're giving testimony before the Congress of the United States. I think even his most ardent supporters have to honestly admit this was the wrong thing for the president to do.
The White House said it was just his opinion. He wasn't trying to intimidate. What do you think?
What the president and perhaps some at the White House have to know that the words of the president weigh a ton. They are very significant, and he should not frivolously throw out insults. But that's what he does. I think part of it is his own insecurity as an imposter. I think he knows full well that he's in that office way over his head, and so he has to diminish everyone else.
That's a sick burn. That is a deep, deep burn.
And that wasn't even the best one.
It wasn't necessarily. She was speaking in front of a press conference, and this is quite a bit shorter, but the burn goes a little bit deeper.
The president has something that is exculpatory. Mr. President, that means you have anything that shows your innocence. Then he should make that known. And the president has something.
So she uses a big word, and then, because she's on TV and knows it, tells him what it means, because he don't know.
I take back half of the shit I said about Nancy before this.
Her troll game is very strong when it comes to Trump.
Oh, my God. I could have just imagined. Look, I think that's what sent him to the hospital.
Yeah, and we still haven't heard anything more about that. Oh, it was, it was no big deal. It was an annual thing. No, well, he went to the doctor like a few months ago. That's not annual.
So I think he saw that release of that Face the Nation video, and he had a mild cardiac arrest.
Well, anything's possible. I mean, he's got a really great diet, and he gets tons of exercise. Oh, yeah. No, that's not him at all. Now, during the impeachment hearings, and this is from Slate.com, so take it for what it's worth, a headline, How Republicans Tried to Manufacture Outrage During Friday's Impeachment Hearing. Oh, this lady, and if you're looking at the video, there she is. Her name is Elise, and she represents the area where I used to live. Now, when the House Intelligence Committee returned from intermission during its Friday impeachment hearing last week with former U.S. Ambassador to Ukraine, Marie Yovanovitch, the committee's ranking member, Representative Devin Nunes, tried to yield some of his time to a more junior Republican colleague, Representative Elise Stefanik. As she began to speak, the Intelligence Chairman, Representative Adam Schiff, gavelled her off, what is the interruption for this time, she shot back. Schiff reiterated that she wasn't recognized, and Nunes said, I just recognized her. And then Schiff explained to Nunes that under the resolution the House passed 2 weeks ago laying out procedures for this impeachment inquiry, the ranking member, like the chairman himself, on his own turn, could only use his 45-minute period for his own questioning or to yield to staff counsel. So this was all part of, oh, well, I'm going to give it to you, and then make Adam Schiff look like the big bad meanie because he was... And then she went to Twitter to say that she's been held down. She tweeted, once again, Adam Schiff flat out refuses to let duly elected members of Congress ask questions to the witness simply because we are Republicans. His behavior is unacceptable and he continues to abuse his chairmanship. Watch. And she posted that little mini clip. The problem with that is the rules are the same for both sides.
Yes.
And she gets her 5 minutes when it's her turn.
She actually got more than 5 minutes. She got almost 10 minutes.
So everybody gets the same amount, Republican or Democrat. Thus, Nunes, as the ranking member, gets the same amount of time as Schiff, who's the chairman of the committee. So this is all
a political ploy.
It's all a stunt to put out there and go, I'm being unfairly treated, and it's all being railroaded.
So when I talk about white women, those are the kind of white women I'm talking about. She's a prime example of when I say what I'm saying about white, that is the person.
So there are consequences to one's actions, and the consequences in this case is the internet was very, very upset with all of this shenanigans, and the internet started looking up who's running against Elise in the next election, which is coming up next year, and that person is Tedra Cobb. Now,
guess who I donated to this weekend?
Did you? They raised over $1 million. This little stunt caused people all over the country, and I'm guessing the world, if possible. I don't know if people outside the U.S. can donate.
They're not technically, no.
No, you got it's the Trump rules. I guess they can now. Who knows? But she raised $1 million to unseat Elise.
20 of it was mine. You're welcome, Tedra.
She has refused all corporate PAC money and is relying on small individual donations to help beat Elise Stefanik. So they're taking as little as $1 for donations.
On my Twitter feed this weekend, she was the most popular person.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's really weird that she would be, but there you go. And this is one of those weird things. It's a very big district, and it encompasses basically the entire top knob of New York State. And this lady that is running against her is from the other side of the knob, over in Canton, which is a very small little town, not far from where Jason's in-laws live. So that should be very, very interesting play out. Actually, Jason's in-laws are represented by Elise. So
and it wasn't just that. It was her during both hearings. She was that kind of bratty that you don't want to deal with her.
Well, and that was the thing. She was trying to elicit a response. She was trying to get Schiff to yell at her, and he wasn't going to play that game.
Yeah. And actually, she made him look stronger because he was just like, no, we're not doing this shit today.
No. Yeah, the rules are the rules, and them's the rules. So that's what we're going to go ahead and deal with. All right, let's see. Did I miss anything? Did we get everything? I think we got everything. We got everything, and that's good because we are at the perfect point in time when we want to get on out of here and do this.
Let's leave the hustle and bustle for small town news.
Oh, yes, and we were going to go to the area where I'm originally from, the Northeast Kingdom of Vermont. Headline: Police. Driver hit mailbox, then fled the scene. Barton? Yes, that's my hometown. Police are seeking...
Wasn't one of your cousins, was it?
Who knows? Police are seeking the public's help in identifying an individual who fled the scene of an accident in Barton last Thursday. Police say they responded to a crash reported on the Hollow Road around 10:50 p.m. That's not far from where my dad lives. Christopher Friend told police that his mailbox, as well as a shrubbery, on his property had been hit by a vehicle going off the road. Police say the crash occurred sometime between 6:30 a.m. and 10:30 p.m., so pretty much sometime during the day.
Yeah.
Friend was not home at the time of the incident. Well, no kidding. Anyone who may have witnessed this or has any knowledge of the incident is asked to contact Vermont State Police at 802-334-8881. Someone went off the road and hit a mailbox and then drove off. And that's the news. The small town news. Hey, I want to thank everybody for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, for listening and downloading the show. We do appreciate you being around, and we do appreciate you also going ahead and hitting the Shop Amazon tab at the top of WTHpod.com. It helps support the show. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and we do appreciate it. If you're watching the video right now, there's the website. It's right here. Shop Amazon. Right here. And right next to it, there's a Shop Target tab. That does the same thing. So if you're going to be shopping Target online or shopping Target to pick up in store or have delivered, go ahead and hit that before you do. It helps support the show, and we do appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Kareem, for picking up the dead weight that Jason left behind by being sick.
Thank you. Sorry, elf on the shelf.
Elf. Jason is the elf on the shelf. Back on Friday with another fresh new episode. Until then, you be good and don't be an a-hole. We'll see you next time.